If nothing has ever been hard for me to record, this has to be up there with one of the most difficult. Close Enough has ended, and Close Enough has ended. It got canceled because of the Warner Bros. Discovery merger, and I don't know what to think about this. I'm sad. This is the first series that I've been following since season 1 on this channel, and it ended without getting any proper conclusion. It barely even got started. So I'm sitting here wondering why. Not why. Obviously it was for tax write-offs, but I'm sitting here with my emotions, and I really don't know the words to say how I feel about this. I've been sitting here for a couple of weeks. I'm wondering if I want to come in here and talk analytically about this, or if I want to just be emotional and let this be a rant. But I thought I'd do something really charming with this right here. So this is going to be sort of a mashup, sort of a compilation of me going through seasons 1 through 3. But before that, I do want to talk about the series as a whole and kind of my thought process when I was originally going through the series. I know me and a lot of fans of Close Enough, we followed JG Quintel since his days from Regular Show. Regular Show was my first introduction to his work, obviously, and it followed me for a long time. It ended up becoming one of my favorite cartoons, and so when he announced Close Enough, obviously I was really excited for it. You know, Regular Show just ended in like 2017, 2018. It's been like a year or two. TBS was like, yo guy, do a trailer for us, let's get hyped. That didn't work out. They were gonna do some weird adult cartoon thing for TBS, but they end up not doing that block, and then they're just coming to HBO Max once HBO Max became a thing. So Close Enough has already had this weird situation when it comes to whether or not it's going to be released or not. I still don't know the details about why that was a thing. So when I first sat down to watch the first series of Close Enough, I'm not gonna lie, it felt like a transitional season, if that makes sense. Because you know JG Quintel from Regular Show, this kinda had the same charm, the same kind of mannerisms and stuff, and it took me until season 3 to really come to the terms that this is just JG Quintel's writing style. This has nothing to do with Regular Show. They may or may not be in the same universe. It's still up in the air. The main thing about this is that this is just how he writes his stuff. It was hard not comparing season 1 to Regular Show. Everybody was doing it, but when I released the first video, I made sure I didn't want to compare it a lot to Regular Show. I think I even said, don't compare this is its own thing. I titled the video, it was a perfect successor. Like, it took what was good with Regular Show and kind of put it in a new, like, family sitcom limelight. But it was just season 1. And when we got to season 2 had more for me. It wasn't as funny as season 1, but I do think it had more character development and gave us more backstory for all of the characters that we are going to follow for this entire series. It wasn't playing the short con. That's the main fault about this situation, is that you can tell that the creators, since Regular Show was like 8 seasons, they were playing the long con. We just got backstories on Pearl and Randy, and we just learned in season 3 that Randy was gay. Like, we were just learning about a lot of these characters. We didn't even know that Bridget had a sister until season 3. And that's why in my season 3 video, I asked myself and you guys if this might have been like one production order of Close Enough and they split it off into 3 seasons. Because that's really what it felt like. They normally bulk order of like 24, 25 episodes in production. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did that and just split it off into 3 seasons of 8 episodes. It just felt like we were getting to know these characters. Some of these characters I still think we hardly know anything about. we still don't know anything about Emily. Emily is one of the main characters, and we don't know anything about her. We were probably going to get that within season 4 or 5. And yeah, it just makes me sad. It just makes me wonder, what was all of this for? Was this for any reason at all? If these higher ups can just come in and say, yeah, this seems like a good tax write-off, let's just get rid of Close Enough. JG Quintel had to let us know on Twitter that there's not going to be any more seasons. That's it. Those 3 that you got, that's it. We barely fucking got started in Close Enough, and now I gotta sit here with three videos. This video is just going to be a compilation of my videos of Close Enough from seasons 1 to 3, and I just wanted to come on here and talk about that whole HBO Warner Discovery thing and how bad it just is for a lot of animation fans as a whole. Like, this channel hasn't been talking about animation for that long. I think it's only been during the pandemic years, and already we've been through so much with this, like from Netflix canceling a bunch of shows to now HBO Max also canceling a bunch of shows, and it's just like, we can't catch a fucking break here. Like, the only things that we have left are Solar Opposites on Hulu, and that's it. Amphibia's coming to an end. The Owl House is coming to an end. I guess Netflix still has Inside Job that they just renewed for season 2, and season 1 part 2 is supposed to come out sooner or later. But I can't think of anything else really that we have. This is it. Like, I don't know. What world are we coming to? But yeah, without further ado, here's my reviews, my takes on Close Enough seasons 1 through 3. I might want to come back on here at the end, but honestly, I'm not sure. I might just leave it at that. So I've seen Close Enough a few times at this point to try and get the biased standpoint I'm bound to have out of my system, but I don't think that's possible at this point. So I'm just gonna throw this fact out there. JG Quintel cannot make a bad show. Nope, he cannot. I've already talked about the creator a bit in my Why I Love Regular Show video, so let's just hop into the Close Enough summary. Close Enough is a show about a couple, Josh and Emily, living their lives trying to figure out adulthood and parenthood with their daughter and divorced couple / friends that they live with. The way the episodes are, I'll say, is very similar to the later half of Regular Show episodes, where things go from normal couple / life stuff to kinda weird, but doesn't get too weird towards the end. But it gets weird enough. It literally just feels like Regular Show, but they can curse and make sex jokes now. But is it a great successor? Nay, the perfect successor. I'm not gonna lie, I was skeptically enthusiastic for this show. I wasn't sure how JG Quintel would go about a show where there are less strict rules governing what he can and cannot do with it. I know in media it's very common for people to hate censorship or higher ups in a company telling someone what to take out or include in a show, but I truly think that's one of the reasons why Regular Show was so special. It was interesting every episode, every season, to see what they could possibly get away with next on the show. You look at the wrong episode and be like, well, why did they let this on Cartoon Network? How did they let this on Cartoon Network? I'd love to hear how JG Quintel was able to get away with some of the stuff they did in that show. Maybe the people at Turner's just really like him and let some stuff slide. Or maybe they just really like the show Regular Show itself. When the sneak peek came out for Close Enough 3 fucking years ago, oh my god, I'm getting fucking old. When the sneak peek came out, some of those worries were put to rest, cause it literally just looked like Regular Show but with humans. There was still some worrying though, especially since the first season got delayed for so long. It was originally planned for TBS, but moved to HBO Max when that became a thing. Personally, I believe that was the major reason we had to wait. I think people at HBO who were planning on doing the streaming service saw it and the response the sneak peek got and wanted in on Close Enough. The first season. What really happened on the first season? I think it's wrong to say nothing happened, but nothing happened. It was 8 episodes of 2 11-minute segments, except for the last episode, which was a whole 22 minutes. Do I think the episodic approach was necessary? I didn't at first, but I remember that early regular show and even early Adventure Time was hella episodic until later on. The one plus about the show being episodic is seeing how these characters react to certain situations. JG Quintel is a fucking amazing when it comes to getting you invested in the characters and letting you see their dynamics in certain situations. And just like I said in the regular show video, by the end of my first watch through, I really started to like these characters and how they reacted to one another.
I'm in the kitchen. I'm in the living room. I'm in the kitchen. I'm in the pool!
No! Josh!
Jackknife!
Josh is basically Mordecai, especially since Quintel voices him as well. He's a dad in his 30s, obviously married to Emily, works at a TV store and makes video games with the dream of selling one someday. Yes, you find out all of this within one season. He's someone who has the tendency to hold on to his youth and do stupid things sometimes, but when it comes down to it, he looks at the bigger picture and honestly, he takes care of his family. Speaking of his family, we have his wife Emily and his 5-year-old daughter Candace. Emily is the level-headed one in the household who wants a peaceful and stress-free life, but things really get to her. She has had 2 episodes so far that play with her stress and being an adult living in the household that she does, but she loves her family and honestly I don't think she'd change it for the world. Then there's Candace.
We're gonna do the hell out of that project.
Yeah! We're totally gonna kill it at the presentation.
Make those other kids' patches look like S-H-I-T.
Total S-H-I-T.
Are you guys spelling shit? Damn it, those teachers are good.
Honestly, probably one of my favorite characters of the season alone. She's very impressionable and is literally just a kid. Says stuff so innocently at times without knowing what it means and being obsessed with unboxing videos? If you wanted this to be a kid in these days, you should have looked at 3 AM Spooky Challenges videos. That's something you should be watching as a kid. Hell yeah. But yeah, the divorced couple is Bridget and Alex. Bridget being a rich Japanese woman, and Alex being a guy. I don't really know his ethnicity. Hell, I didn't even know Emily was Mexican until they said it as a joke in one of the episodes. But Alex loves writing books, especially about the Vikings. Yes, Vikings. Bridget is what you assume a 20-year-old blonde chick would be in LA, of all honesty. It might be way too early for me to state this, but I do think that this is basically the most perfect successor one may get to regular show. Hell, I spotted Easter eggs from regular show in here. The house in the open house episode and the bluebird in the last episode. I've seen a thumbnail and title of a video saying that this and a regular show are in the same universe. Do I believe it? Not really. In regular show, there were a lot of anthropomorphic animals and other things along with humans there, but I've literally seen only humans. I've only seen natural living and talking humans so far. Natural talking humans. So, actually, after a little bit of searchy search, some people are saying that it's confirmed already that they share the same universe, and that they have seen some of the characters of Close Enough in regular show episodes, and the character design for Josh was in 2 in the AM PM, where these 2 human workers took acid, and on the trip, The one that looked like Josh turned into a blue jay that looked very similar to Mordecai, and the other human turned into a gumball machine very similar to Benson. Yes, very mind-blowing indeed.
Shh, shh. Do you hear that? What? What?
But, well, honestly, I really hope you enjoyed this one. I've been anticipating this show for so long that I honestly just can't believe it's out now. I was kind of bummed that it was only 8 episodes, but hey, regular show's first season was only 12, so I guess in that sense it's fine. For a little bit of criticism, the pacing of the show was kind of rough for me at first. With my first watch through, I thought things were happening way too fast, with the exception of the last episode. But on my second and third watch through, I actually really enjoyed them a lot more, and the pacing didn't jar with me that much. P.S. There are a ton of movie references in this show, some of the obvious ones being a full segment dedicated to Logan's Run. I remember seeing one of the bad gremlins in a holding cell in the pranking episode. In the same episode, Candace on the Sugar Rush was moving around like you see little girls do in horror movies. And in the last episode, it was basically a full episode of Jim Carrey movie references. And well, there were other movie references in it as well, but the Jim Carrey movie references was literally a part of the main storyline of that episode. So that's the main one that stands out. Hello. Welcome back, guys. Close Enough Season 2 has quickly been announced and quickly been released. Unlike the Season 1 debacle where we were like, is it coming out? Is it not coming out? Is it going to TBS? Is it not? Well, Season 2 came and went, and Season 3 has already been announced as well, so I guess this show's gonna go by pretty fast. Close Enough is quickly becoming one of my favorite adult cartoon shows, but to be fair, I haven't really seen many adult cartoon shows, but I still say this is up there, top tier, one of the favorites for me personally. And with that being said, can I talk to you guys about something really quick? So, while I was gathering clips left and right to make this video a thing, I stumbled across a couple of comments, a couple of little comments that said stuff like, oh,
Regular Show with Humans, oh, that's pretty neat.
Regular Show with Humans Season 2, I guess that's gonna be pretty awesome, and...
Well, I do like Regular Show, like it's one of my favorite cartoons of all time, and I do think episode structure-wise that this is very similar to Regular Show. I do think that you are disrespecting, like, the amount of time it took for J.J. Quintel and all of the other people that worked on Close Enough to just call it Regular Show with Humans. It's super disrespectful. Like, joking about it is fine, memeing about it is fine, but I feel like people say stuff like that seriously a little bit every now and then as well. So, yeah, just a heads up, don't do that. It's kind of bad. It's kind of mean. Don't do that. The interesting part about this season is the fact that the majority of this season's episodes didn't really revolve around Josh and Emily. This season deliberately made it a statement, a state. This season they made sure to flesh out the other characters and give us pairings that we're not necessarily used to. Like, there was an episode that literally just revolved around Pearl and Alex, for example. Like, you know, you didn't get that within the first season. This season had a lot of past and family ties episodes, with one example being Randy meeting his biological birth parents, and that was kind of interesting because they were crooks. They were bad hillbilly ass crooks. And with being bad hillbilly ass crooks, they made sure that they threw their son in danger to make their escape. Yep, they just threw her at the cops and ran away. They did it like 2 or 3 times. This episode really helped us understand the relationship between Pearl and Randy a bit better. Like, I actually know their names now, unlike I did by the end of season 1. Like I said earlier, Josh and Emily really had a short end of the stick this season. They really didn't have many episodes revolve around them. The handful that did revolve around them were the episode where he tries to pick up Candace, the episode where Emily's roommate comes to their birthdays, and I think the Minrock episode, and that's about it. There's not a problem when the main-ish character takes a back step and let the other characters shine. I mean, look at JoJo's, one of the greatest shows of all time. But I do feel like with Josh in particular, when he's not the main focus of an episode, he becomes this like dumb, one-dimensional character. While it's funny, he does have funny lines and stuff, it's completely different from the Josh that's on the episodes where he's the main focus of the thing. Bridget got a couple episodes to let her character grow. For example, in her Where'd You Go, Bridget episode, Pearl took her phone away from her and teach her how to live her life without her phone for once. And while things did go bad, this was a very boomer heavy episode. Actually, while thinking about it, there was like 2 boomer heavy episodes in this season. Like 2 episodes that revolved around, nah, I'm not getting a new phone, oh my goodness. But by the end of the episode, she did learn that she didn't have to always be on her phone 24/7, and that there is a life outside of your little itty bitty phone. Even though I feel like in our time, 2021, like business wise and like, you know, playing wise, every bit of our time is on social media, especially during these pandemic times. Nobody's going outside, so literally all you have is your phone to keep you entertained. 2 of the best episodes, in my opinion, that came out from Close Enough this season was Time Hooch and Sauceface. Time Hooch being an Alex-oriented episode where he tries to fix him and Bridget's broken relationship. But he finds out that, you know, from the start, they've been rocky, they've been arguing from the start. The episode goes into the final climax with him stating that, maybe his life would be better if, you know, maybe they didn't meet. But then all the memories of him and Bridget's relationship start flowing back to him. And you know what? He says he likes his life the way it is now, and he accepts the way things are. So, yeah. That was a sweet episode, you know, it gets you, you know, in those good feels, and it tells you, you know, even though, like, your life may feel like crap now, like, you still have those memories to keep you afoot. You still have those very, very wonderful memories to keep you afoot. Sauceface is obviously a Scarface reference, guys, come on. You already know that, guys. But this episode revolved around Candace as she tried to illegally sell hot sauce at her school. It was honestly one of my favorite episodes of this season, and I'm not going to tell you anything much else about it. Just go check that episode out if you haven't. One of the weirdest episodes this season was Secret Horse, where all of the cast members came into contact with the fat-ass horse, and they all tried to keep it a secret from one another, because it's illegal, apparently, in California, to have a fat-ass horse. So, yeah, it was just a weird episode. Just a weird episode. One of the worst episodes to come out this season was probably Minrock. While the concept was intriguing and interesting, Emily and Bridget, you know, they made a song about how awesome men are, which was obviously a sarcastic song, but a country was actually established that, like, really gravitated towards the message of that song and forced the women to have no life and dress up like Emily. While I do say this is the worst episode, that doesn't mean it's a bad episode at all. Like, it's still a watchable episode. I just personally, I don't know, I didn't really find it entertaining that much. Maybe I hate agenda-heavy episodes. Maybe I don't. Maybe you know, it's men's fault. You know, yep, it's the men's fault why I don't like this episode. That's right. Fuck you, men. You should have tried better. Overall, though, I feel like this season helped me understand what Close Enough is. It feels like it's fine in itself. I find this season, while not as funny as the first, it's more realistic and gives us more character-focused stuff to chew on. If it was up to me for deciding which was the better season, I do believe that this is the better season, and if you haven't watched it already, please go ahead and go check it out. Do that. This is actually a really good season. Close Enough. Season 3 is finally out with not much build up to it. They told us the release date like 2 months ago and then gave us a trailer a couple of weeks ago, and now it's just here and out that quickly. It's just come out. Yeah. With this being the 3rd season, I'm not sure what exactly I want from it. Seasons 1 and 2 are both setup seasons, getting us to know the entire cast, and now I guess season 3 would give us some funny, good episodes, maybe? I'm honestly not sure. I don't know what I want from this show, and I don't know, like, what this show wants to deliver to me still just yet. Season 3 as a whole feels very similar to what Season 2 gave us. A lot of episodes dedicated to certain characters, and you, the audience, getting to see their past and understand why they act the way that they do now. At this point, I feel like Josh and Emily are more reactionary characters because besides from the point where they met, their past hasn't really been explored that much, and it also seems like the crew has a few favorites each season, this season being Alex and Candace. Candace episodes are surprisingly some of the funniest to me. Last season, Sauceface was up there with the best episodes of that season. So this time around they give us 2 Candace episodes with Candace Revolution and The Weird Kid, both really good deep dives into how a child's mind thinks and processes certain things. We did get 2 episodes in Josh's workplace though, being Summer Job and Robots with Benefits, both being someone new coming into their workplace. One, they try and make look really good, and the other, they try to kill so they can keep their job. If I had to explain what this season does differently, I think it expands more of the setting to us. Less episodes takes place around the house than did in the previous seasons. We even get to see one that takes place in hell, so we now know what that looks like. I do feel like some jokes still fly over my head because I do not live in LA. I did get the ring joke though, that was pretty funny. Something I've learned from how J.G. Quintel writes is that he uses a lot of absurd humor with mundane situations. I thought originally that it was just a regular show quirk, but now after 3 seasons of Close Enough, I think the absurdist nature is just a part of his writing style. One huge example is the episode Bridget the Brain, where Bridget and her sister Olivia compete for their mom's love and end up taking these smart pills and having a Dragon Ball Z-like battle at the end. It's 100% a concept carried over from regular show where Mordecai and Rigby basically did the same thing with the Rigby juice or brain juice or whatever it was called, but I think making it more family oriented makes it work in this context. I would have thought that they would want to stray away from those comparisons to regular show, which is why I never bring it up and try to judge it on its own merit, but I don't think they're trying to stray away from it. I say that because we get a Halloween episode where all the characters stand around one another and tell spooky stories to each other, which is probably just a cartoon trope at this point, basically because, The Simpsons did it and is very popular, and, things become tropes when popular stuff do it. Josh is dressed up like Mordecai and does the O, so, they're not straying away from the comparisons. The best part about this episode, the best part about this whole season, was in this episode where Candace jumped out of a frame, and not like a picture frame or anything, like a frame in the Cartoon Network studios. There was probably so many Easter eggs and little quirks that I don't get because I don't look at like the behind the scenes stuff, or I don't know each member or anything by name or what they look like. But Candace running around scared because her mind is blown that she's in a cartoon and running into who she thinks is Josh, and it's actually J.G. Quintel saying, "Oh, you must be here on tour. I'm sorry, this show's a bit too mature for you, but you probably will like this one," and shows them a picture of regular show. This whole segment to the Halloween special was amazingly hilarious and a good way of doing a fourth wall break in a show. Like take notes, Rick and Morty, this is a good way of doing a fourth wall break. I can't properly explain my admiration for Close Enough. It's not something of I love the show and I'm obsessed with everything that they do. It's more of like I like each character that is a part of this crew, and I will look at them and look at whatever adventures they go on. We only got one Randy episode in this season, which is odd because I feel like we got a lot of Randy episodes last season. I wonder if they take fan favorite characters from each season on like social medias and stuff and then explore those characters more in different episodes. Or I wonder if the streaming order is even the same as the production order for that to even happen. with the whole new deal for animation thing going around, and the fact that all 4 seasons of Infinity Train was just a 1 production season order, so they couldn't ask for raises once they found out, you know, the show was actually popular and stuff, because it was a one and done thing. Like, it's Close Enough like that? Are we still on season 1 for the production order of Close Enough? How many seasons are we going to have of the show? Are we even going to get episodes of Emily and Josh's childhood or high school past at this point? Because I have no idea. If you have made it this far and are wondering if this season will be all that season 1 and 2 were, I think you should watch this season because it does hold up from what the previous seasons have established for this show's normal. I cannot wait to see what season 4 or 5 will offer and how it would differ from these episodes. Especially after Alex and Bridget have seemingly got back together at the end? Is that true? Like, are they really like an established couple now? Because this is an episodic show. Is this gonna carry over? I'll be surprised if this actually carries over. So I was gonna do this thing where I put like the end credits on the screen and turn around afterwards, but I forgot. They removed it from HBO Max, so I can't even do that. They removed everything from HBO Max except for some classic stuff that I still watch. They also removed the shuffle button. I've got used to the shuffle button. So am I supposed to pretend that that show never existed? Am I supposed to pretend Infinity Train never existed? I just reviewed Infinity Train, and that's not on any platforms besides like buying it on iTunes or whatever. Am I supposed to pretend that these shows don't exist anymore because they aren't on any legal platform for me to watch them on? What is going on? Just thinking about all of this stuff, and Close Enough specifically, just thinking about it just doesn't make me feel right. Like, is there a way that they could turn this around, or do they strictly just care for the money now? Do they even care? I don't think they do. Nothing good has came from this merger yet. Everything that has come from here has been bad. They're getting rid of HBO Max in general to just merge it with Discovery Plus. Do people use Discovery Plus? No. Why would you do that? I don't even know what else to say, honestly. I'm just sitting here with my thoughts and just letting everything pass me by. Thinking of all of these Close Enough clips that I can't even go back and watch now. It's all just faint memories of something that used to be, and now it's gone. It's just gone. There's nothing else for me to say except that, I don't know, support independent creators. That's the only thing I can say, because I've been trying to say a lot of things and I feel like I've just been rambling, and it's kind of how I want this video to be, just me rambling, because I can't fathom all of the stuff that's happening right now. I genuinely can't. Like, Gumball was supposed to come back, but now they don't know if that movie's going to be a thing because HBO Max dropped it, but they didn't say it was canceled. They just said they're gonna look for different networks to release it on. But if nothing offers to like give it a contract to release it on their thing, what are they gonna do? They can't just release it on their own. They're gonna have to drop it, unless it just goes straight to Cartoon Network or something. I don't know. That's the scary part. We don't know. And I don't like ending on sad notes. I really don't. I want to find a way to turn this around and think of something positive, but I can't. Just support creators' independent work, and hopefully that could lead to something good for them independently, rather than them having to rely on a company. Although having the financial support to make yourself a team is good, I think eventually you could get there on your own, or just work with a bunch of friends and colleagues who all have like minds with you, and work from the ground up that way. I'm not sure. But I don't know, something has to be better than this. Something has to come of this. I don't think anything will, but something has to come of this. Because they're not going to release them on DVD. You know they're not going to release Close Enough on DVD. I don't even know if you could buy Close Enough anywhere else. Because it was marketed as a Max original. You could only watch it on HBO Max. I think it aired a couple of episodes on TBS, so it might also come on TBS still, maybe? I'm not sure. But I'm going to end this video because I don't know how to end it. So I'm just going to end the video. Like, comment, subscribe, I guess. I just wanted to do this. It makes me sad. So I just wanted to talk about it. JG Quintel didn't really show his emotions within his tweets. So I wonder how he and the rest of the team feels about this, because it sucks not only for a show to just disappear off the face of the world, but if they were in the middle of having another I don't even think they were at the same place, because I'm pretty sure that 1 through 3 was a production order, a full batch production order. So I'm pretty sure they were already looking for other work, and I think they were assuming that it was going to get greenlit before the merger happened. But no more orders got greenlit, and now they have to just focus on their other work, and they could still talk to each other and stuff, of course, but I'm just gonna end the video. Why do I keep talking after I say I'm gonna end the video? I'm just going to end the video. Okay? Goodbye.